From the smartphone you hold in your hands for browsing Instagram to the smart house you live in, you have already used at least two pieces of technology. Among these technological advancements, robots have gained popularity by getting closer to human lives. Welcome to Tech Region, and in this video, we are taking a look at the process of manufacturing robots and how they impact our future. Science and technology have had an impact on almost every aspect of modern human life. We have advanced over the last few decades, changing our perspectives on life. Even though robots have solved the majority of our everyday issues, they can still cause problems. Let's start with how these robots are made and then move to the bright side and dark side of robots. Robots are developed through a multi-step process that includes research and development, design, prototyping, fabrications, testing and assembly, followed by quality control and brain programming. Designing a robot includes a three-step process that is iterated or repeated multiple times to achieve the desired perfect or near-perfect outcome. This first step is to define the problem. Here, we identify the problem we want to solve with the robot we want to build. We also define the goals we want to achieve with the bot. And there's the research. This is the time to review research papers and other literature to determine what can and cannot be done. You should brainstorm with team members to explore all ideas, and one plan that everyone agrees on objectively, based on the research they have done, should be charted out here. Finally, in order to determine whether your ideas are viable, you must create a prototype that incorporates your concepts. Check to see if it works as it should and learn from your mistakes. You should iterate your prototype several times, adding fixes for any issues you discover with each new prototype. After deciding on the best prototype, you must build in real-world conditions using materials and plans that are as close to the final product as possible. During the fabrications phase, you must determine the materials that will be used in the final versions of the robot, the potential constraints of your production's model design, and the cost to make it. Factories or other manufacturing facilities must be identified and productions must be phased. Once your first mass-produced model is complete, test it thoroughly in almost every way you can think of. If your robot is to be commercially released, all bugs and other issues must be completely resolved before people will invest in your product. Revise the design to make it ready to be introduced as the final product after making changes from the pre-production robot. Identify potential problem areas and flag bugs that can be fixed later and are of lower priority. Put your final product together and you have completed your first robot. The most important thing to do after creating these released versions of your robot is to run it through a strict maze of quality control tests. The tests are standardized, so test the robot according to its intended use. And if problems arise, address them as soon as possible. Quality control should not stop with the first few units. If you intend to mass-produce the robot, you must maintain strict quality control standards to produce the best robot possible. We have talked about the robot's brain, but we have never considered how the robot thinks. The software is the component that instructs the robot on how to think and behave when confronted with the myriad of variables in its working environment. You can easily program commercially available robots like the Roomba with your phone. But many things happen behind the scenes to allow the Roomba to do what you ask. With programs written in languages such as C or C++ or Python, you instruct a robot on what to do. You can program the robot to perform any task you want if you know how to code well, and even if you don't, there are resources online that will allow you to do so. What do we think about the future of humans with robots? Well, nothing in this world is either completely bad or completely good. It all depends on how you want to see the big picture. There are both positive and negative aspects to robots being a part of our lives. It is up to us to decide how much we allow them to control our lives. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. But before that, we'd like to have your opinion about robots. Do you think robots can take over the human race? Let us know in the comments and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.